So whenever I share my progress with learning how to draw in Procreate by following step-by-step tutorials, I've had some people comment something about Bob Ross. So I thought it would be fun to combine my very limited knowledge in digital art with a beginner Bob Ross video and see what happens. So it's either gonna be great, just okay, or absolutely embarrassing, but I'm going to show you the result. Here's the setup I'll be using because I'm a real professional. There is an almost dead MacBook Pro, a Paw Patrol puzzle box on top of a slime making kit with a bicycle playing card and an iPhone stand to hold my iPhone while I video, an Amazon $25 Apple Pencil, and my bent and warped iPad. Hooray!
I'm certainly glad you could join us today. I thought today I'd show you a little painting that is so simple that even if you've never painted, you can do this with a guarantee. In fact, it's one of the things that you see in the opening. I thought maybe we'd show you how that one was done. So I'll tell you what, let me show you what I've got up here. Today I just have a plain old double prime canvas, and I've painted it with black gesso and allowed the black gesso to dry completely. So it's totally dry. And
I don't have black gesso. I don't even know what black gesso is. So I am going to open up a canvas. We're gonna turn off this because, yikes. I don't know how to use my iPad. Listen, I'm like 60, okay? 80. We're gonna do a new canvas. Art by Flo always uses like a 3000 by 2000, and she's an expert, so that's what I'm gonna do. And we're gonna size it down because I have to have a weird angle. Black gesso, don't know what that is, don't have it. I'm guessing it's some sort of color. So I'm gonna do a full black fill on my background and get started.
Isn't that fantastic?
That is fantastic, Bob. I'm just using this spray paint brush. Mine's a little more uniform than his. Oh, and we're going all over the place. We are going.
So always start back in the center.
Okay, center.
Brightest color.
Out.
And if you get little buildups of gesso here, that's wonderful.
I think gesso is paint. You're welcome. I'm a professional.
We'll grab the paint and makes beautiful things happen.
We're going, Bob. We're going.
Don't fight with them.
Don't fight. We're not fighting. We are not fighting. Right. We are digitally painting, so if I screw up, I can that bad boy right away.
Too light, you don't like it. All you have to do is take a little of the dark gesso and go back over it. It's no big deal.
I think I went too far.
There we are. Something about like that. That's all we're looking for a background.
Oh gosh, Bob. Okay, we gotta erase. We gotta erase. My MacBook already died, but I have a very, very lovely yeah, it's great. Things are great. Everything is awesome. All right, so our boy Bob is busting out the foam brush. There's Nick getting ready to go make lunch. Like I said, guys, this is a very professional production. And yeah, he's busting out the foam brush, made a little joke about it. He's a doll. And going back in with the black gesso. I did not take the time when my iPad was dyed to figure out what that is, but it is a type of paint. And I am ignorant, apparently. Yeah, so we're gonna go in and see what else we can do. To mimic his little flat foam brush, I probably am going to go to painting, and I like the looks of this Salamanca. I have no idea what that means. If I change it to something different, I will update you, but that seems to be what's going to look the most like a sponge brush in my opinion. All right, so things are getting complicated. Bob is using the edge of the tree brush, and I'm gonna have to use multiple brushes to do that since he's gonna be able to just flip his back and forth. My initial idea did not work. So let's try something different. We're gonna do just regular old acrylic, and I'm gonna size it down. That way it's not making gigantic movements. There's Bob's line. This has been a 3-minute process, probably 4 minutes now, trying to figure out how to make this line. So yeah, it's going great. Success. Bet you guys didn't know you were signing up to figure out how to watch me struggle to make a straight black line.
Trays as you want in your world. That's all there is to it. really all there is to it. More pressure, and automatically your tree trunk will get larger toward the base. And trees normally look better if they're bigger on the bottom. So
that's what she said. He said?
Something about like
okay, here's where we are so far. He's using a liner brush and some oil and water somehow combined with the gesso. Listen, I don't know. I'm using a sketching 6B pencil to make my little tree arms. His looks beautiful and mine looks like something that would accompany a creepypasta. So there's promise for me there at least. I'm not loving my white trees. I feel like they're just kind of dumb and his are nice, but no mistakes, happy accidents. I accidentally became a horror illustrator while doing this so far. So I'm going to continue on. Okay, so Bob has switched to his flat foam brush again, and he is making this big tree, and it went like that's what he said. You had to make the sound. I'm not gonna not do it. So I'm using this reed brush. I've decided I really like that. So I may go back in and do like some touches on these other trees that are in there. But for now, I've got my big mamma jamma going across that. All right, here's our update so far. Obviously, my tree is thicker than a Snicker. His is not. There's just a lot of nuance that you can get, I guess, through using a traditional medium versus digital. So I'm trying to follow along, and I'll probably go back in and just keep adding little touches and continuing to like add texture and stuff like that. So ta-da! All right, so Bob is doing this color wash situation. That wasn't working well for me. So I made a layer, airbrushed to kind of give that color wash effect, and then used a Gaussian blur to smooth it all out. Just look at that. Just look at that, man. There's a reason he's the best. All right, so a lot of what he continued to do was just go over like shading, adding light and stuff like that, kind of blending colors in the ground. That's when things got a little weird, went off the rails a tiny bit, because I just don't know enough about all of the different brushes and stuff like that to really mimic what he was doing. But there's mine. So it's like a forest with a path and some sunlight coming through, and there's Bob's. So me, Bob, there's Nick, but there's Bob, me, Bob. So not a total failure. It was really fun because then I had to just kind of try to figure out what brushes went where, what to do, how to kind of translate that. So it's a pretty good like activity to practice on. I don't love it, but I don't hate it, so.